Demon Phil, Comics and More New Jersey here with another book review for you this evening. And tonight we have got Vicious Circus by Inverse Press. You can see that. I'm trying to get a little bit of glare off of there. It is, well, I'm going to go into the review on this, but it is an amazing book. So first and foremost, that is my remark that was put in there by Amanda Rachels, which is the artist on here. Now, this is not a kid's book. I'm going to go ahead and say that first and foremost, get that out the way. Definitely not. So don't let the clowns format on there go ahead and throw you off and think that it's a kid's book, because it is not. The fact that it has vicious in the name, yeah, they kind of nailed it with that one. It is a Vicious Circus. So this is done by Inverse Press. It is Kevin Laporte and Amanda Rachels are the ones who did this one. Amanda Rachels doing the artwork on here. Whenever I received these, well, actually I did a live unboxing, so you should have seen that, the way it was received and all, because I actually had this one and then 3 books which are actually going to be in future giveaways on the show. So pay attention. And yes, all 3 of the ones that I got, the other books they have the remarks in them as well, different remarks that she did specifically for the show, which I am more than honored that was done. So Vicious Circus. So whenever you get into this, one thing that I noticed that I really like about this is, like, you go into the first page on here and the jacket. I mean, it's a graphic novel, so it's pretty good and thick. But I mean, it's got a good jacket on here, good and thick. But inside it says, "Unhappy is he to whom the memories of childhood bring only fear and sadness." H.P. Lovecraft. You get a book about clowns, and the first thing you see is that, and you see this very ominous sight on here, and it just gets you to kind of wondering, hey, what's going on with this? There are these little blurbs in here every once in a while, and it's usually H.P. Lovecraft or something of the sort, and it really gives it that feel of what you're getting into. So first and foremost, I like how that was done. If you've watched any more of my reviews on anything, you know how I feel about panels and the blocky panel design and everything. Let me make sure I can show this. Yes, I can. Just so you can see how the panels are done. So they're not blocky. They're kind of mismatched pattern, different things on there. And basically what this is, and I won't give spoilers, so I have to be very cautious in what I say on this one, but if someone hurts a child, then the clowns come into town and they take care of said person who hurt a child. It can be anywhere from actual child abuse to very abused to mistreated. These clowns really don't see a line between all of that. The problem is that they will then gather the children and they bring them into their circus. These clowns are not, this is not one of those things where you're thinking that it's just, hey, they're clowns, how bad could they be? Well, I mean, you've seen it, you've seen things like that. So this kind of shows you how bad they can be. And that's just one page. I have to be careful on what I do show, because there's some language in here and there is some serious violence. Like I said, not for kids. I had a blast reading this thing, and it was basically a page to page, end to end, page to page. I just went through the entire thing. I love the way that it's a series of smaller stories that have a key tie-in to each other. And then, of course, that is exploited in the end of the book as well. And again, not giving away spoilers, because you have no idea what I'm talking about. But you will whenever you get the book, and you have to get the book. This is why. So artwork, absolutely on point. I mean, you're talking about clowns, and these are the most twisted looking things. I've never seen clowns like this before. And that's saying a lot because I've seen a lot of books, I've seen a lot of things, and there are some really messed up looking clowns. I mean, if you take the one right here in the front, his name is Stilts. That's the remark that I got there. So Stilts, he's funny. He's got a mouth. He's got humor to him. He tips his hat. You better start running. His hat is actually alive and eats people. So he just takes the hat, puts it over people, and it just eats away kind of slowly on them. And it's just nothing but teeth. And yeah, it's messed up. That's just one of the characters. To come up with those kind of ideas on characters like that and then implement them into clowns, I hate saying it, but my hat's off to Kevin Laporte and to go ahead and take care of doing that. Very well done. The storyline is very fluid in here. I never found myself going, well, that doesn't quite make sense there, or why is this here? There are some places where you do have some flashbacks and some other stories that tell within the other stories that are going on. And normally that gets very confusing. I didn't have a problem at all with it. It's very engaging in what you're reading. So as I'm going along, I'm asking questions, and then I'll see a certain set of panels or a flashback or something, and I'm like, oh, that answers that one, but now I've got this question, and sure enough, I'll go straight into it, and it answers that question. So they actually go into, it's a pattern that they have on there that you can kind of see after you've read it all. You don't notice what you're doing until after you read the entire thing. It is amazingly done as far as artwork, visuals, layout, the storyline, very fluid. I love the introduction. There are so many characters in here, and usually in something like that, you get to where they get buried or you miss something and you can't remember some of the characters. I have my favorites, and I'm sure you'll have yours as well. They are just, they're so demented and all, and I guess I'm just that twisted that I actually really enjoyed this story. Plus the whole karma thing about, if you're going to be a really bad person, then bad things are going to happen to you back. So as far as I am concerned, I will tell you right now, Inverse Press, Kevin Laporte, and Amanda Rachel's Demon Seal of Approval on this one. That is an absolute. I have 2 other books that I need to review for you as well, which I will be doing. I just want to make sure this one had the spotlight for everything because it is a larger book and has a little more to go over. But again, the amount of humility that I have for them actually contacting me and saying they were going to go ahead and do the remarks on here and they wanted me live on their show while they did it. Hey, I certainly appreciate that more than you know. So as far as I am concerned, like I said, Demon Seal of Approval on this. This book needs to be in your hands as long as you're not a child. If you're a child, this book is not Demon Seal of Approval for children. I don't know if that can actually go back and forth on that, but it's my show, so we'll go ahead and go with that. So that being said, get your hands on this book. It is definitely worth it. Inverse Press has a lot of stuff available. I'm looking forward to going ahead and reviewing the others as well. And we shall see what they're about and get you the reviews on them as well. Definitely looking forward to that. But hey, until then, Demon Phil, Comics More, New Jersey. Let's go ahead and clown around a little bit on this one and say, keep it indie, y'all.